terms of 2.5D God of War, super into it. But this, to me, is not what I was talking about. I bought this game. It's a $30 game. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. I don't, but I wanted to make a video more about what were they thinking? Like, what the
I never knocked on nobody!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at another article from VGC about the new God of War Sons of Sparta game. I am not too sure who is excited for this, even if you are a God of War fan. I am. I enjoy God of War. I liked 1, 2, and 3. I liked the spin-offs. I liked the new God of War 2018. I wasn't a huge fan of the one that came after that with Thor, though I think it was a good game. Just there was some things in it I didn't care for. But it looks like someone that doesn't care for a game is Mr. Jaffe. Quote, "What the F are they thinking? God of War creator says 2D spin-off Sons of Sparta doesn't respect the license. Nobody wants Kratos to be, quote, just some generic effing kid." Let's see what Mr. David Jaffe has to say. All right, guys, so let's see what this article has to say. Coming from VGC, we'll start out with this. The creator of the original God of War game has criticized the newly released 2D spin-off game, Sons of Sparta. David Jaffe has a right to. He's the one that created Kratos. He's the one that created the franchise God of War. If it wasn't for David Jaffe, we pretty much would not have God of War. Simple as that. So it says, announced as a surprise shadow drop release during a state of play, which I watched on this channel, and when I saw this, I had no interest in it. No interest in it. Presentation last week, Son of Sparta is a retro-style 2D action game developed by Mega Cat Studios in partnership with Santa Monica Studio. Never heard of Mega Cat. According to Santa Monica Studio, the game has, quote, a canon story set in Kratos' youth during his harsh training at the Agagi alongside his brother Deimos. I'm so bad with pronouncing names. Bear with me, please. I think Deimos, his brother, was in one of the side games. I don't know if it was Chain of Olympus or one of the other ones. It was a pretty good game. The one that was on PSP. However, David Jaffe, the original creator of God of War and director of the first game in the series, says he bought the game and doesn't recommend it, partly because of its story and partly because it doesn't live up to other retro-style 2D games released in recent years. Which I can understand that if you've seen the trailer, if you've seen, which in the beginning of this video you saw the way the game looks, it doesn't look exciting, it looks cheap, to me it looks like a 2DS game. It really does. To me it looks like a 2DS game. It doesn't look like a game that came out just a couple days ago, which it did. A shadow dropped. If you've seen the game, it looks ridiculous. It looks cheap. It looks generic, like he points out. You will see, it looks generic. In the 9-minute YouTube monologue about the game, Jaffe opens it up with, which we saw, I bought the game. It's a $30 game, which it shouldn't be. I don't like it. I don't recommend it, but I wanted to make a video about what were they thinking, like what the F are they thinking, which I agree with him. What are they thinking? Claiming he was told by a former Santa Monica studio member that the developer is more driven by story than gameplay these days. Jaffe claimed Sons of Sparta suffers from focusing too much on the plot, which it does. When 1, 2, and 3 and the side games and Ascension, those are more action-packed games. A lot of the combat, a lot of the build-up, a lot of the power-ups you get and the new weapons you get, like in 3, it was more combat and a little bit of story in between. It was still a good story, enough that you can get you into it. 1, 2, and 3, you're invested in the story, but it's not the whole thing like the new God of War games. Like the son and Kratos is more toned down and going through the journey. It doesn't seem like that. Now everything is that story. It's whack. I think it's whack. Quote, what I played, which was only about an hour of it, I'll never go back to it. It's just like, get over yourselves, man, he said. It's like they just kept stopping over and over and having the characters just talk and talk and talk. And the voice acting is not very good. So if you're going to have dialogue and talking and monologues and you don't have good voice acting, like who's going to care, right? And in this type of game, why is there so much talking? This is coming from someone that played it. He played it, and this is what he's saying. It's just all talking mostly. It just seems boring. He added, I want you to think about the choice this team had and Sony Santa Monica had. The idea of saying, quote, hey, we want a 2.5D Metrovania God of War game. Most gamers, core gamers, would say, oh my God, yes, please. The idea that it's like, and we don't want it to be the Kratos that you know and love from either 2018's God of War or the Greek trilogy God of War. F it. That character is boring. Nobody likes that Kratos that we've built billions of dollar franchise on. Let's make him just some generic effing kid like we're watching effing WB kid TV shows or something. It makes no effing sense. And I can understand this guy's frustration. Seeing your franchise come to this, in a sense, like come to a game like this after we were waiting for another God of War game to come out, it's his baby. I can totally understand where he's coming from. I don't agree with everything Jaffe says, but when it comes to how his argument here and how he feels about it, I can understand. Arguing that fans would have rather played more like 2019 Metrovania type Blasphemous, something extremely violent and bloody with the tone of the early God of War games, Jaffe also argued that putting the story to the side, the overall game is less impressive than other 2D action games from recent years. And it does make sense because if you see these other games like the new Castlevania game coming out, it looks so much better. The Blind Forest, the one, Ori and the Blind Forest, look at these 2D games. Like, that game came out a long time ago, and the sequel came out, like, I don't know, like about 4 or 5 years ago, and it looks so much better than this. Like, why did they think this was a good idea? To hold us over to the next God of War game. I won't read the whole thing. We'll kind of keep it, quick here. It says, later he noted the game itself is serviceable. It's fine. I didn't really particularly enjoy it too much. Maybe it gets better. I'm sure it does. There's nothing offensive about it. The only thing offensive about it is his genericism, if that's a word. I don't know if that's a word, but I know it's generic. It's generic, right? And to follow up, to end all this, he added, by the way, I don't need the big budgets. I would have loved the bigger production value, smoother animations, this, that, and the other. But I don't need that, right? If the gameplay was interesting, if it was violent, if it had personality, if you opened immediately and the players were like, oh my God, I've never thought of that kind of mechanic in a game like this. Or, this is so fun to do, you could make it super inexpensive, like it seems to be. I can't imagine the cost that much money to make, and it looks like it costs $100,000 to make this game. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying it looks really cheap. We'll end it there, guys. It doesn't look fun. I can understand where Mr. Jaffe's coming from, David, and yeah, it just looks whack. I have no interest in playing this game to hold me over. I'll go back and play 1, 2, and 3, Ascension, and all the other ones, just to see what's going to happen with the remakes. Hopefully they don't screw the remakes up. Hopefully they don't do any funny, silly, woke stuff in it. Hopefully they don't do that at all. That would be great. But you never know these days, guys. But we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching. If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know also. How are you playing it? Do you plan on buying this game? I don't. Let me know, guys. And thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.